The 2023-24 school year in the region was a season for the history books. We saw drama, we saw dominance, and we saw destiny. In a year filled with upsets, unexpected finishes, and unlikely heroes, we at GameDay 1 commemorate it all with a time capsule, honoring not just the best athletes, but those who will stand the test of time. Not just the great, but the elite. This summer, GameDay 1 will honor the top 5 male and top 5 female athletes from the 2023-2024 school year. In partnership with Veolia, we present the GameDay 1 Elite. GameDay 1 Elite, Boogie Fland, Archbishop Stepinac. There have been plenty of great basketball players to come through the area over the last half century, but there's only been one Boogie. The name has been synonymous with many things throughout his 4-year varsity basketball career at Stepinac, not the least of which is winning. Boogie Fland was an attraction at Stepinac, which has sold out tickets for every single home game since COVID. After leading the Crusaders to the city championship and losing as a sophomore, a motivated Fland returned and led Stepinac to back-to-back city titles and this year's New York State Championship. The Arkansas commit was a 3-time All-State player, the 2024 New York State Mr. Basketball, and a 3-time LoHUD Player of the Year. And as great as his numbers were, and however many plaques and banners he delivered, the best part of Boogie was just having the privilege to watch him play. With a big smile on and off the court, Fland continues an incredible run of talent through the hallways of Stepinac. One day, and maybe even one day soon, he'll prove to be the best of them all. We are joined now by the man, Boogie Fland from Stepinac. Not really at Stepinac anymore. He's graduated, he's moved on, he's now down at Arkansas, and this is why Boogie's the best. I reach out to him. He's obviously a big star. He's moved on. He's in college. I asked him today, can you join us at some point in the next week? He said, I can do today. Here he is. So Boogie, this is why I love you, man. I appreciate you more than anything. So thanks for joining. How's everything going down in Arkansas?
Everything's good. Thank you for having me.
Good. So congratulations on being GameDay 1. GameDay 1 Elite, first time ever, Player of the Year. Basketball, obviously, just phenomenal for you this year, your whole career. And just give me a little outlook right now. You graduated, got your diploma. You didn't waste much time getting down south. When you look back now, how do you view your time at Stepinac these last 4 years?
I mean, I'll say it went by fast. I'll start with that, I mean, but I definitely cherished it, just all the memories that I created with my teammates, with my students, my friends, my peers, the teachers, just everything. I mean, I felt like it was one that was so surreal, you just had to be through it in order to understand it.
Yeah. I think one of the things I admire most about you is that a lot of players in your position, yourself included, have options to go on to bigger schools, go down south, do year-round training. You stayed at Stepinac all 4 years. When you look back, I mean, why? What made you stay there, obviously, with all the options that you had?
I mean, they basically gave me everything that I wanted if I would have went to the other schools also, I mean, I just felt like everything at Stepinac was just it offered the same things as like a Mount Verde or like those prep schools like La Lumiere, all those schools that wanted to recruit me and wanted me to come to their school. I felt like Stepinac offered that. And we ended up playing all those schools when it came down to the wire. We was just all in the big boy tournaments, we was in the public eye, spotlight, we played on ESPN. I mean, it was everything that I wanted. So
yeah. Coach Mass, he went out and made that schedule, and obviously there was some ups and downs this season, but I think mostly ups. I think with what you guys did going against those, you're watching. You played IMG, right? You played against Cooper Flag. So
we played all of them. Yeah.
So you play all of them, and you go on, and obviously you won your final games. Obviously, the biggest, most important thing was winning the city championship. How much pressure was there on you this year? We talked about it in the time, but now looking back, to go out and win again and win the city championship?
I mean, I feel like it was a lot. Everybody depended on us to win. We were the favorites. We won the first year. They was looking for us to repeat history and go back to back. It hasn't been done in about 20 years. So for us to go back and do it, it was one of those moments for New York that, Stepinac did it.
Yeah, you look around the gym that day at Fordham. I was there, and I had not seen the buzz in the air from, especially from a like a media perspective, and
Yeah.
more. I think cameras must be cheaper these days because there's more people on the sideline who have cameras that are filming, that are taking photos, and it's kind of
Yeah.
all eyes on you. Did you ever take a moment to kind of like understand just how much spotlight was on you in your career?
I mean, not really. I'd be so locked in, so it'd be hard to really understand how it is. But no, I just stay down, keep my head grounded, and I stay focused, tunnel vision.
Yeah, and obviously, as I said, there's got to be pressure to almost put on a show in a lot of ways for you.
Mhm.
But one of the things I saw this year out of you was you obviously scored a ton, but you really put an emphasis this year on putting making the players around you better, making Danny a better player, making Josiah,
Yeah.
making Hassan. I mean, what sort of a teammate did you learn to become this year as a senior?
A leader. I just start by saying that, just being able to trust them. I'm leaving this year. They're gonna have to do it again next year. I'm looking forward for them to do it again next year. I got big standards, high expectations for them. So I just wanted to leave them in good hands. Know that I trust them and for them to trust themselves for the next year and to go on and do it again without me there.
Local Live actually streamed your graduation, so I watched a little of the graduation, and Mr. Cardi, the principal, made a nice little
Yeah.
joke about how you were slowly walking up to the stage to receive your diploma. He says as slow as you
Yes.
walked. Again, just back to your Stepinac days. I think we talked about this during the one of the football games you were at. You were there watching the football team. Just your relationship with as a Stepinac student. How important was it for you to have that sort of that experience? You didn't just show up and play basketball. I mean, you were involved in the
Yeah.
school, and what did you do on a day-to-day basis to kind of ingrain yourself in the school at Stepinac?
I mean, treat myself like a regular kid. I know people when I walk down the hallways, people definitely, I has heard some whispers, oh, that's Boogie, this and that. But I try to treat everybody the same, not try to, I wasn't too big headed. I was always humble, and I stayed down, just treat everybody with respect, and, greet them properly, and, just be me.
Yeah, and I think one of the obviously many great moments at Stepinac as a player, but the McDonald's game, how much
Yeah.
of that and that kind of comes and goes so fast. Like you get out there,
Mhm.
get Chicago, you play the game, then you go home. I mean, just how much was that? How much was the emotion of that night a big part of your high school career?
I mean, it was big, that moment was so surreal, First off, when I'm being named McDonald's, that was crazy. I mean, I was in the locker room. My teammates was with me, and they announced it, and everybody was around me, crying around me. I think we have the video. I think Coach Pastel has it, so he'll give that to you. But
Yeah.
just playing in the game, it was crazy. So we were down in the second quarter. We were down by like 20 or whatever, and I just went on a little run by myself where I just tried to give us that like that little pushback, and I brought us back to about I think 5, and after that it was just the rest is history. It was a good game coming out to the end. And I got the putback for us to win it, and that moment it was just it was big.
How much does that carry you now? Obviously, you did it on the biggest stage of a high school player. How much does that carry you now into basically starting over in Arkansas? You have to kind of prove yourself again. I know Coach Cal recruited you because of the player you are, but you
Yeah.
have to go prove yourself again.
Most definitely. I mean, the teammates that I got here, they took me in with open arms, as the youngest guy on the team, just, they look at me as a little brother, and just taking me, helping me develop, helping me, get into that mentality, that mindset, that we all gonna do this together. And, you just gotta earn your stripes again. This is the big boy leagues, NCAA is gonna be on TV, CBS, we're playing everywhere. So just going out here with a mindset, that you gotta be locked in, this is not a game, like this is a job, you gotta take it as that. And, that's just what I, try to take it as.
I hear a lot of I watch a lot of your interviews. I hear a lot of TV, whatever on social media, and people
Yeah.
like to talk about your future as if it's
Mhm.
guaranteed. Like you're going to go to the
Yeah.
next level and you're going to be a first. You're going to go
Mhm.
college 1 year. How have you managed to kind of say kind of not block that out in a lot of ways and just kind of focus on work, keep continuing to work because I think you worked as hard as any players I've ever seen.
Mhm. I mean, not trying to rush it. I feel like players nowadays they try to rush the process. Try to rush get into that point. I feel like if you just take your time and put it into God's hands and let Him do the work, and you just follow along, I feel like you'll be right where you want to be. But you just can't rush it. You gotta put in the work. It's gonna take some sacrifice and it's gonna take some hard work, but you gotta be able to sacrifice some time. That's the greats do. They sacrifice to get to where they want to be, and I'm pretty sure everybody done it. The Bronze, the Kobe's, the KD's.
Mhm.
So, you just want to be that next person up.
And you be the boogie that does that, right? I mean, how
Yeah.
have you adjusted to Southern living? What has that been like?
I mean, it's been hot. I'll tell you that. It's been hot down here, but it's smooth. I like it. it's different from the city. You know, it gives you a different point of view of how the world is. You know, it's just different.
Two-time city champion, state champion. We appreciate you, Boogie Fland, so much for coming on here today, giving us some time, and best of luck to you. We'll be rooting for you. And as I said, I appreciate who you are. I consider it a privilege to watch you play high school basketball. I told everybody on broadcast, go watch. I love that people watch the games online. Go watch them in person. It's even better. So good luck, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, Boogie. Good luck. Thanks.
Yeah.